Hey guys, it's Anthony with the Rad Company, and if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering, how can I combat road salt during the winter months? So we're gonna be answering that question and more in today's FAQ video. All right, so it's winter time, which means there's snow on the ground, which means there is road salt on the ground as well. But what does that mean for your vehicle? Well, in most cases, it's not good. It's gonna cause a rust issue. You're gonna have quarter panels that are just going to simply break through. The car is gonna be devalued tremendously, and all those Canadian trucks are gonna be sold to the US, in which we have to lie and say, this doesn't have rust, it wasn't from Canada. And then you're in a tough spot, right? So how do you actually fix that? Well, in the long term, there really is no fixing road salt unless the area that you live in switches to something like mag chloride, which is going to be far less corrosive on your vehicle. You have to kind of deal with it, right? But there are some tips and tricks that you can do to hopefully prevent corrosion happening anytime soon on your vehicle. And so it really comes down to the maintenance during those winter months, right? Summertime is nice and dry, the air is clean, the quality is good. You don't have to worry about a whole lot, but it's when winter happens and all that salt tends to cling and stick onto those metal surfaces. So first off, I'm gonna say that undercoatings are a huge help, right? If you haven't gotten your car undercoated, consider getting your car undercoated. The undercoatings do work. Sometimes you want to make sure the job is done well because you don't want to trap any rust underneath that undercoating. So if you have a new vehicle, they do have services where they can remove existing rust, dry ice blast things, or do whatever they need to do to kind of prep it for a proper undercoating. And once you have a prepped surface, you can undercoat it and hopefully prevent future rust. Now, if you're already past that point, right, and you're not planning on undercoating your vehicle and you just want to keep it as is, that's when you have to really stick up on the maintenance. So the use of these guys right here, pressure washers, fantastic. But Anthony, what do I do? It's so cold out, I can't even use a pressure washer. Well, they do have these spray and pay stations, right? Where you can go in, drop a couple quarters in and rinse off your vehicle, and that's going to be a huge help. Now, the biggest trick is to get underneath the vehicle. Wear a poncho, wear like a ghillie suit, or wear something like that to where you can lay on the ground and really spray off that stuff because you want to get rid of all that salt. What ends up happening is you drive around and all this mush, all that salt's within that mush, it flings up, it sticks, and then it stays there. That salt does not just fall off. That'll stay on there even when the weather begins to dry up and the sun comes out and everything melts. That salt is still on there, corroding that surface. So the idea is to frequently try to rinse that undercarriage off, frequently try to rinse the car off at the very least just to remove that road salt. And so on all your painted surfaces, I highly recommend going with a ceramic coating because it's gonna make things very easy to rinse and very easy to clean in the first place. But for everything else under the car, continual rinses are going to be your friend. Now, continual rinses and also having a dry undercarriage after everything is rinsed, right? You don't want to just push around that salt and let it just sit there and then re-dry. You want to rinse completely and figure out a way to hopefully dry off the underside of that car. Now, one thing I want to talk about, the use of an IK Foam Pro 12 sprayer. Now, the difference between this and let's just say an IK Foam Pro 2 is that you have a, geez. Hopefully I didn't break anything. I lost the tip on this. Anyway, getting straight into this, right? Let's go ahead and pretend that there's a 90-degree tip on this. I don't know where it may have gone, but you can foam the underside of your vehicle, right? So if you go to the spray and pay, you can put some car soap in here, some pH balanced car soap if you want to use that, or maybe a diluted all-purpose cleaner, or hell, even Brake Buster diluted 10-to-1 to 20-to-1 and spray the underside of your vehicle area. Now, what's kind of cool about Brake Buster specifically is that it does have rust inhibitors. So it's actually going to prevent corrosion to a certain degree. So what I would recommend is probably going 10-to-1, 20-to-1, and this bad boy right here, spraying the underside of your vehicle, and then taking your pressure washer and then rinsing everything off from there. And so now there is products out there that they make that are desalters or products that you spray onto surfaces that actually remove the salt, and those do actually work pretty well. Some people say that they're a gimmick, some people say that they actually have value and purpose, and that's for you guys to decide. To be honest, guys, Here in Idaho, we use mag chloride. We don't really have a whole lot of rust issues, and it's mostly dry winters that we have here. So we don't have to deal with all the rust that unfortunately a lot of people on the East Coast have to deal with, or people up in Canada have to deal with. And I understand that sucks, and I wouldn't want to deal with that either, but these are some things that you can do. Rinse the car completely, thoroughly, rinse it often. Hell, even take it through a touchless car wash. I know that those suck, and I know that those use stronger chemicals to clean, but I mean, what's worse, right? Having maybe strip protection on the car after several washes, or having rust start to build up. And I would absolutely choose strip protection over rust and simply replace that protection. And so other things like that would be to take your car, do a rinseless wash inside the garage, right? Whenever you can, maybe pressure wash everything, bring it into the garage where it's nice and warm, and continue on with the rinseless wash to keep your car clean and to get that salt off there. So hopefully this has been helpful. I know it's a lot of information, but I know it's very relevant for people this time of year, around December, and hopefully that you can prevent rust on your investment in the future as well. So as always, guys, if you guys like this video, make sure to give us a big thumbs up, subscribe down below for more, and stay tuned for more videos right here at the Rag Company FAQ channel.